Hello young guys, good evening. You are welcome in the educational class organized by Society of Career Technology and Jan Vikas Mahasabha. On the last time we were talking about lipids and fat. Lipids and fat, which are very important for living system, because along with building material of the cell membrane, it also acts as a reserve food material, and it is deposited beneath our skin in the form of adipose tissue. It is interesting to note that in case of females, this subcutaneous fat layer is more thick as compared to male individuals, and that is why the females are less susceptible to cold. In our diet also, lipids and fats make an important component. They may be of two types. They may be solid, as like this butter or the ghee which we commonly use. They are solid at room temperature because they contain saturated hydrocarbons, and some oils are also lipid and fat, but they contain some double bond or triple bond. They contain unsaturated fatty acids, so their melting point is less and they are liquid at room temperature. So lipids are organic compounds insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents, benzene, ether, chloroform, etc. They are important component of living system. From living tissue, they can be extracted by using organic solvents by a Soxhlet apparatus. Mind it, this is the definition of lipid, that lipids are organic compounds of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen which can be extracted from living tissues by a Soxhlet apparatus. They are insoluble in water but soluble in organic solvents. It is a heterogeneous group. Many types of compounds are there. They can be classified in many ways. One way of classifying is they can be divided into saponifiable and non-saponifiable. Saponifiable can be treated by an alkali and form a soap. So those lipids which can form soap after treatment with alkali are called saponifiable lipids, and some of them, they do not form soap after treatment with alkali. They are called non-saponifiable. They may be simple, complex or derived lipids. Simple lipids may be fatty acids of higher molecular weight. We have carboxylic acids, COOH, formic acid, HCOH, acetic acid, CH3COH, propionic acid, CH3CH2COH. They are soluble in water. But those having C14 to C24, they are insoluble in water. And they are further made up of two types. As I told you, some of them are solid at room temperature. They are made up of all saturated hydrocarbons, no double bond. But the unsaturated one, which are liquid at room temperature, the oils, they contain some double bond, maybe 1, 2, 3, or very rarely a triple bond. So they are called unsaturated fatty acids. They are more important in our food. And two of them, we cannot synthesize them from other acids. So they are called essential fatty acids. So it is essential that we should have them in our diet. Further, they are classified in two categories. One, which have, this is the carboxylic acid group, COH. This carbon is called alpha carbon, this is beta carbon, gamma carbon, delta carbon. The terminal one is called omega carbon. So from terminal omega carbon 1 to 3, if the double bond is between 3 and 4, it is called omega 3 fatty acid. For example, linolenic acid. It is an essential fatty acid. And then second one is category where double bond is between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 to 7 carbon. So they are called omega-6 fatty acids, for example, linoleic acid. Now, the second category of lipids are derivatives of glycerol and 3 molecules of fatty acids. Glycerol is having a 3 alcoholic group. It can bind with 3 molecules of higher fatty acids, either the 3 molecules of the same type or they may be of different types. They can bind with them. One H2O is eliminated and they bound an ester linkage, so it is called triacyl glycerol. Some books call them triglyceride, but more appropriate word is triacyl glyceride. Now, the important point is that they make a important component of the cell membrane, and in cell membrane we have aquatic environment in the outer side, and in the cytoplasmic matrix is also aquatic, so it should be some hydrophilic component. But if whole molecule will be hydrophilic, it will dissolve in water and it will be lost. For maintaining the stability of the molecule, it should be some part hydrophobic. So the lipids are having one end hydrophobic and one end hydrophilic. And it makes an important component of the cell membrane. For making hydrophilic end, some ionic groups are attached in this. So one is where if phosphoric acid is attached at one of the carbon, so it is called phosphatidic acid. Still some more ionic compounds are attached with this phosphoric acid. They may be choline, which is CH2 2N CH3 thrice OH. So if it is combined with this phosphoric acid, it makes phosphatidyl choline. In between one H2 will be eliminated. So phosphatidyl choline or lecithin. And another category is where if it binds with an ethanol amine. Ethanol, you know, CH3, CH2OH. If one NH2 is added here, it becomes ethanolamine. So if ethanolamine is attached, with it will form phosphatidyl ethanolamine or cephalin. Now, one more interesting thing is that by two methods, oxidation of this lipid takes place, beta oxidation and alpha oxidation. Let us see how. Beta oxidation. It is called beta oxidation because here from the carboxylic acids, the first carbon is called alpha carbon, second one beta carbon. So from this point the breakdown takes place, and first of all a coenzyme A molecule is added here to form the fatty acid combined with coenzyme A, and then an FAD takes two hydrogen from here, a double bond is formed. After that a water molecule is added, so at one place OH is added, at one place H is added, and after that the cleavage takes place from this point. So at the same time another molecule of coenzyme also comes to bind, so this part will get separated and this part also will bind with the coenzyme A. So at this point the cleavage will take place. So every time two carbon units are separated from that one by one from the long chain of fat. Another method is alpha oxidation, which do not take place in the animals but in some plants during seeds. Here what happens, by using one H2O molecule and H2O2 is involved, H2O comes out, it is oxidized, and then a CO2 is eliminated. A CO2 is eliminated and CHO. Now there are two methods. At one, NAD takes the hydrogen and an H2 is added, it forms a fatty acid. Or another method is where NADH provides the hydrogen and it forms a fatty alcohol. So it is called alpha oxidation. So this is the basic background of the lipid. Thank you very much.